All right. Grace, mercy, and peace from him who is and was and is to come very soon, I'm certain. This is Rogue Diabetic, and welcome to the Digital Wilderness. All right, so this is a cute article, Six Pets to Travel Long Distances to Get Home. I don't know whether I really believe any of these stories. I think some of them are true and some of them are not true. But anyway, it's a cute article. I'll go ahead and link it in the description. All right, so we got some breaking news, and the first thing we'll cover is The Chosen. The Chosen is finally coming out with season 4 free on streaming. I mean, I guess I'm glad. I'm kind of curious still to see it, but I don't think that this guy is like. I mean, what miffed me about the whole thing with season 4 was that he pitched this he pitched like he solicited donations based on the pitch that it would be free, that it would be that it's been free, it'll be free, and it'll stay free, and so people paid for it on that basis. And then when season 4 comes out, they have to pay for it to see it, unless they want to wait for months. Because it's been like months ago that this came out. I can't remember. I think it was in February. So, but anyway, there's that. It's the first episode is going to drop on 4. The first episode is going to drop on Sunday at 7 p.m. It'll be on the Chosen app. Apparently, it's going to stream to, I think, like maybe on like YouTube and Facebook, whatever. Okay, so that's that. Now onto the real news, and so I guess I'm going to have to like. These are a couple of things that I missed big on. But we'll. So I've got to do my mea culpa, and then we'll talk about what this might mean exactly. But anyway, the first headline here: World Health Assembly hopes to reinforce pandemic readiness after bold treaty project stalls. This is exactly the opposite of what I thought was going to happen, and they're actually like already reporting this on Friday, and I missed it because I just figured that you weren't going to hear anything about it until it was like done, and then that's when they would like transition to this new narrative. But hey, I guess they're keeping this in their pocket for later. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. We'll talk about what that means in a little bit, or what it might mean. I don't know though. So, but anyway, it's like why did global talks to fight pandemics break down? I'm sure, like I don't know. I'm sure that this article wouldn't actually like give you any like real reason. I guess it's just because they want to hold on to it for later. But and like maybe they have more time than I thought they had. I didn't. I I was basically operating under the kind of belief that they're pretty much out of time, so they had to do something. They're running out of moves, though that's for sure. But maybe they can keep this in their back pocket. Who knows? For a couple years, for a few years, who knows? I hope not. I hope this doesn't go on for a few more years. But anyway, it's like, and they don't need it either. They don't need this treaty to pull a pandemic. They can do it like they did it last time. So, so yeah, they don't need this treaty to pull another pandemic. And here's this bird flu news. And this is 5 hours ago. I thought we were already hearing some of this stuff like second human case of bird flu confirmed in Michigan, bringing total this year to 3. Okay. So that is like, because I had read about the first two already like at least a week ago. Another human case of bird flu detected in Michigan. Okay, so we're at the third case of bird flu. And I don't know, you guys. It's like they don't need they can do like they don't need a pandemic. They don't need a pandemic treaty to basically lock the world down again. I really did think that they were like going to put that through, but basically they can just do whatever. The governments of the world are going to do whatever it is that the WHO tells them to do. So I guess that is one thing that we learned from this last incident. And then there's this. So there's the COVID variants that are still there's this flirt variant. Now the thing is all these are from 2 days ago. 2 + 2 + 2. That's what does that equal 6? Yeah. So anyway, but I mean, maybe it's just a coincidence. But anyway, they've been like recycling this over and over and over now for a couple weeks. I mean, they're just kind of like keeping this in the back of people's minds that COVID. So there could be another variant that pops up at any time right now. And like I just said, there's nothing stopping them from like doing a rerun. At the drop of a dime without the pandemic treaty. Okay? And the Biden administration, that Trump has been posturing like, well, first of all, he's been acting like he didn't have anything to do with this. And he did. For one thing, but he's been acting like he didn't have anything to do with it. And now in his speeches and stuff like that, he was at the Libertarian National Convention and he got booed hard. He got like booed. I watched it. It was about a 45-minute speech, and it was more boos than cheers. Don't let anybody or watch it for yourself. It's on Rumble. The best place to watch that is on Rumble, but it's on YouTube too. Right Side Broadcasting Network. So I mean, judge for yourself. But anyway, during that speech, Trump is like, mandates and no, we're not going to let you shut the country down again, and la 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 la. Like he never had anything to do with it. Okay, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, and then let me show you this, and this is the real breaking news. Trump guilty on all counts in hush money case. So, I don't even know. I actually have a subscription to the New York Times, so I'll take a look at this. I read the Fox article. They said that this doesn't disqualify Trump for being president, but apparently, like 34 counts. He got convicted on 34 counts, right? And you got it's not unusual for people to not get sentenced right away, especially on something like this, especially on 34 felony counts. Although it's not yep, 34 felony counts. Okay, so now what? Okay, because his sentencing is in July sometime, like a few days before the convention. So now what do we do? Okay. I mean, I don't know exactly what this means. Does this mean there's more time left than maybe I thought there was? Does this maybe mean that the 7-year wilderness promised to God's people doesn't run consecutively with the Great Tribulation, with the tribulation? I don't know. It could be. It could be that the last 7 years has just kind of been a warm up for the real deal. I mean, you gotta say that's back on the table. Because look, I mean, they throw Trump in jail and he can't be president. I mean, Fox News can say, "Oh, he can still be president," all they want to, but how are you going to be president if you're in jail? So all they have to do is sentence him to 1 year. Okay, now each one of these counts carries a maximum 4-year. And the judge can do whatever they want. I have no idea what precedent looks like. And I mean, I imagine it's up to 4 years in jail and up to a certain dollar amount in fine. But they could give him 34, sentence him to 4 years, and then have all those sentences run concurrently. Okay, instead of having them run consecutively, one after another, they can have all 34 counts of this sentence run concurrently. Now, if this were a real world and I were the judge, regardless of what I actually thought about Trump or thought about the verdict, because I'm sure there's a lot of times where verdicts come back that judges really don't agree with, but it's not their like job to like. It's the jury's job to issue the verdict, to be the finder of fact, and it's the judge's responsibility to be the finder of law. Okay, and to issue the sentence. Now, what I might do on something like this is I might have like just like a 4-year sentence, 4-year sentence. Okay, the judge could suspend the sentence. Okay, but this judge they have isn't going to do that. Okay, because Trump has been talking shit about him for years now. Trump's been talking shit about him, and then all through the trial, Trump's been talking shit. So there's no, so I wouldn't expect any sort of leniency from the judge. But that doesn't mean he's gonna wham him with 4 years of 4 times 34, whatever that is, like 120 some years in prison. But I mean, if I were a judge, I might do something like 1 4-year sentence, or like a 4-year sentence, and they ranking and have the sentences ranking currently, or maybe even less than that. I mean, you can make an argument for even less than that. You can make it for one. I mean, the merits of the case weren't very strong, in my opinion. I didn't see how it was like. I didn't see how in this instance he broke the law. I didn't really pay that close attention to it, and I'm not even gonna bother with it because it's all theater. It's all nonsense. They go after Trump for all this trivial nonsense to get his supporters all jazzed up, right? They go after him for trivial nonsense to get his supporters all like, boo! And then they like, right, and then they like him, And this is the exact like opposite of, and then they treat Trump the exact opposite way they would treat like any Democrat. Okay, for now, for like as long as I can remember, it was always the Republicans that were more likely to be able to actually like get into trouble for anything they did while they were in office, whether it had merit or not. And the Democrats just skated, and the Democrats would argue like they're above the law, and they just since they're Democrats, they love Negroes, they can do whatever they want. So okay, but this is where I was going with that. I mean, it's like, but now it still doesn't mean it still doesn't mean the end isn't nigh, and the end is nigh no matter what. I mean, it just depends on how you define nigh. It's like how soon. We know we know Jesus is coming back soon, but I mean the question is like how soon, because um, this will keep Trump out of office, so he'll never have to. That's my I mean this could very well end up keeping Trump out of office, and so he'll never have to make good on his promises to like stop mask mandates or to stop vaccine mandates or to stop any of the pledges that he's made, and this to like to stop the central bank digital currency. Okay, and if they all of a sudden they bring up another pandemic narrative, then Biden isn't going. Then Biden can shut the country down, right? And Biden will do exactly what the World Health Organization tells him to do. Okay, Biden is a puppet. Biden will do exactly what the World Health Organization tells him to do, just like Trump did exactly what they told him to do. Okay, so I don't know what's gonna happen with all this, you guys. It's getting crazier and crazier. I do know this. I mean, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow anyway. So you might not be like, you may die today. And if you die and you die not in a state of grace, then you're gonna fry in hell forever. So what you need to do is you need to admit that you're a sinner in need of a savior, believe in the blood that was shed on the cross by Jesus, and and confess that with your mouth, and then you'll be saved. And then you should get baptized too. So I don't know. I'm taken aback by all of this, you guys. I don't know what to say. This throws me for a loop. This makes me like this is gonna make for an interesting summer. Because if they don't, because I don't know, it's almost like everybody's like. Then there's the whole specter of Trump being of oh right of like insurrection. Okay, and that is the one last thing that I wanted to say. Most of the people that I know, and that's most of the people that I know, are inclined to be sympathetic to Donald Trump. Especially most of the people I know that actually like vote and are inclined to be sympathetic to Donald Trump and are hostile towards Joe Biden. So, but none of those people take to the streets to do anything. They didn't do it. They didn't do it during. They didn't during. Didn't do it during the widespread illness. Okay, it was just all this. You can take my live free or die. You can take my gun. When you pray for all that turned out to be like empty talk. None of these people are going to take to the streets. But as we learned from January 6th, we know that they're not that the government will definitely is definitely capable of staging something to make it look like there's some sort of unrest. I mean, whoever would have done that, like whoever would have been like done that before, wouldn't do it anymore because nobody really wants to go to prison. Like many of the peaceful January 6th protesters did, or have their lives ruined. So, over politics, and but we know the government isn't beyond staging another event like that. So that's like we're back into limbo. We're back, and this like feels like the calm before the storm, more like so than even like October of 2017, when Trump said maybe this is the calm before the storm. So anyway, I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. Tell me what you think in the comments section. Okay, get saved, get Jesus. Okay, because that's the only way you come out of this without like in good shape. I'm out.